Shalom, first and foremost, I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shatir from the Chicago camp coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And this is a wild video. It says she wilded. Woman pours gasoline all over her mother's house and burns it down after a dispute over land. So we're gonna let this play and then we'll get some scripture. Ooh, somebody fell. I didn't see that the first time. That's bugged out, man. That's seriously bugged out. Let's read the notes under the video. It says the house that was set on fire in the incident belonged to Miss Vu T or Miss Vu T D, 61 years old, in Trung Hoa, Vietnam. It says the mother lost her husband. She had 3 daughters and 1 son. Issues arose when it came to the division of land. The mother divided among son and 3 daughters. Each got a piece of land in the alley and the parties agreed to sign. However, or is that supposed to be land in the valley? I'm not sure. However, at about 9:30 a.m. this morning, October 30th, the 3 daughters came to their mother's house and wanted to claim a piece of land on the street. At this time, the mother disagreed because the land has already been divided. After that, her 3 daughters went to buy a can of gasoline and poured it on the floor of their mother's house and burned it. The incident caused all 4 mothers and children to get burned, of which 3 had to go to the hospital and one daughter was mildly ill, so he stayed at home. Mr. Hoch informed the police are currently investigating and clarifying the cause. Vietnamese people will continue to inform about the case. All right. And see, this goes into what the scripture says, all right, about how First Timothy 6:10, it says, I don't know. I might have to go. Go up a little bit. First Timothy 6:8, and it says, having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. Okay, if you got the things that you need to not live a shameful life or be considered shameful in the eyes of people, as the scripture says, food, water, clothes, and shelter, that if the Lord gave you that, then you should be cool. All right, you should be content. Okay, and if the Lord gave you a little bit of an extra portion in those areas, then okay, that's great too. If you got a chance to share it, then share it. But outside of that, you should be very content with what you have, because the situation could always be a lot worse. And it says, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. See? All right, these daughters got greedy. They felt it was unfair that they got just only their lots of the land that the mother gave to them. See, that wasn't enough for them. They was like, no, we need that on the street as well. And the mother's like, no, I already gave you the land that I want you all to have, and you should be content with that. But as we're going to get to, in verse 10, it says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. These daughters were Greek. Now, notice you didn't hear anything said about the son. Nothing was said about the son. These three knucklehead daughters, okay, that weren't satisfied with what their parents gave them, which I'm sure their parents worked very hard for, to make sure that their next generation wouldn't have to work as hard. That wasn't enough for them. They weren't satisfied. They're like, no, we need more. And they were greedy enough to the point where they actually set their own mother's house on fire, hurting their mother, hurting themselves, and burning down the house in the process. So now, with a burnt down house, what is there left to give now? It says, which while some coveted after, envied. They like, no, we want that. They have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Now, granted, they're heathens, so it's they have no faith to err from, but it's still the principle that they erred away from doing a righteous thing, which is what? As the scripture says, honoring your mother and your father, that your days may be long upon the earth. And see, now all these daughters have to deal with the aftermath of what they've done. Because something like this is definitely going to split the family up. It's probably done irreparable damage. This is why the scripture says you need to be content. Let's look at that word content. It's not happy, but I want to say content is being like basically being satisfied with a current situation. Content satisfies, please, contented. It says satisfaction, contentment, pleasure, acquiescence without examination. Yeah. All right. So basically, to just be satisfied. Okay. This is why the scripture says, neither give me poverty nor riches. It might do it with the Y. Proverbs 38. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Basically, make my life so that I'm content, where I'm not struggling, where I'm satisfied. It says, lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is Yahweh? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of the Most High, in vain. Right. So we're not supposed to be concerned about striving to be rich, being envious of riches, because all this stuff is going to fade away. All right, these three daughters are lucky that they have parents who worked hard to be able to give them something so that they can inherit and use for themselves, whether it be to live, to make money, or whatever the case may be. It just goes to show you that we are truly living in a time, according to what's that, 2 Timothy. Oh, that's Thessalonians, my bad. 2 Timothy 3:1. We're truly living in this time where it says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men, meaning mankind, including men and women, shall be lovers of their own selves, these daughters, covetous, envying what their mother had, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. That land was not enough. We need more. Without natural affection. Because truly, if they loved their mother, they would not have done this. Truce breakers, they broke the contract. Everybody agreed on it. Everybody signed. So technically, everybody should have been satisfied, right? Not so. But these are the times that we're living in. All right. Where you just got a bunch of damn demons running loose. I mean, you got to think about it, man. That what type of children does she have? What was so offensive that this mother did where they just thought, you know what? If you don't give us this extra part, we're just going to burn this shit down. Scary times we live in, but you know what? Hey, the Lord got us. So I hope you all were edified. Until the next time, we're going to say shalom.